All right, welcome everyone. This is the Monitor APM weekly meeting. It's January 29th. All right, so we can jump into the agenda here. Dove had a couple of things. He can't make it at this time, but we can work through them without him here. So the first one is around planning for 12.9. So he identified 15 issues. But we're missing some of the dog fooding issues that we want to do for APM. So we'll go through those in a second and see, just kind of review what he has identified so far. If anyone has comments or thoughts, we can add them to the issues. There's any that aren't ready for development, they probably need a little bit more work. So we'll kind of take a look at those too. I'll share my screen here, and I have it filtered so it doesn't share the security issues. So if I can find it, there we go. Okay, you can see the screen, I hope, a little bit bigger. Okay, so there are 15. There's one security issue that's hidden from this list right now. So we can share our video publicly. So I was just going to go through, we can kind of go through all of them at a high level. And if there's questions, we'll kind of add them to the issue, and we can take Dove or whoever's responsible. All right, so the first one, let's open a few of them here, is add infinite scrolling to Log Explorer. So this would, because I think right now, when there's a filter, it kind of just has just the time range that you selected. You can't kind of scroll in and out of that. So the goal would be to be able to just kind of keep scrolling. Is that all right? Anyone have questions? It still says it's in design, so we might have to think a little bit about how it works, but Clement had a good comment here, how we might have to break this down a little bit into some smaller pieces too. Okay, the next one is add logs drill down link. So from an incident, so this has helped with the kind of triage flow. So when you're on an incident, be able to link directly to corresponding logs that happened around that time. This one is still labeled as planning breakdown, but I think we need to kind of figure out what exactly is needed and then come up with some implementation tasks for this. I'm just going to keep rattling these off unless people have questions or comments. Feel free to jump in at any time and interrupt me. I think it looks like I missed this one. Improve the experience for navigating from metrics chart to the Log Explorer. Okay, this is still kind of a design of how we want to do this, I think. So if you're looking at a chart, this is Grafana, but if you're looking at a chart, being able to kind of drill into the from that chart from a specific time into the logs that correspond to what's happening. So I think we'll need a little more design work on this, on how we want it to look. But that's that one. All right, so then try to get some more of these going. Okay. This is one, so review apps show up on the metrics page. So if you have, so I assume these are from like MRs that get deployed and they show up as environments. Instead of other environments. Okay. Does this one make sense to everyone? Review apps show up as environments. Yeah. So this list is all review apps. I don't know if the regular environments are also in that list. You have to look at that, I guess.
Yeah, I think it should show the regular environments as well. On top of that, it also shows all the review apps as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that, so this one's saying that we should not show the review apps, I think.
Yeah, that was my understanding as well.
Okay. Okay. So that's that one. Implementing filtered search so is this for like in the logging, being able to filter things? This one seems like a pretty big, maybe not. Seems like a large issue, but we can, but basically we want to add, for the logging, we want to keep enhancing the logging that we're putting in here and being able to search and filter it out better. Add commit UI to metrics dashboard, range charts feature. I don't know if there were designs for this one besides this. Oh. We have multiple. Okay, well, we can dig into this one more. This one says it's ready for development. It's a front end task. Okay. All right, so let's add commit UI. Then keep going. I think this one, okay. I think this one carried over from a couple milestones ago.
Excuse me. Yeah, it did. And this is regarding the infrastructure dashboard. So currently in the deployed board component, all we show is just the status of the pod. Additionally, we want to show new visualizations like CPU metrics and pod usage, other things. So this is the front end piece of it. There is also a back end piece that should go in before this one. So I'm having conversations with Dove about this all the way in the bottom. So
okay.
We still have to decide if this one should go first or the other one.
Perfect. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you for that. Next one, clean up temporary. Oh, okay, so this is kind of a backstage issue. So, okay, that's fine. Next one is around moving the 3 pillars of observability into core. So, yep, this one isn't marked as ready for dev. I'm not sure if there's other stuff that we need to do. But like Clement said, we might need to break this down a little more into or either create an epic so we can track all the work. But the goal is to have custom metrics being in core. So I think the health team has already started moving some of their features into core, so we will be doing the same thing. So that's for custom metrics. I don't know if that might be the only one of those moving for this milestone. Okay, so then just restoring. Okay, so this one is around for the self-monitoring or self-managed scalability working group and the self-monitoring project. Basically want a project just so we can store all the kind of the YAML files in there that were used to create the dashboards for the self-monitoring project. So that would be a good one. Next one, Draj, you created this one. Remove front-end code paths for monitoring. This goes along.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if this should be in 12.9. I think I should talk to Dove about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I'll add a comment. I'll add a comment at the bottom
Perfect.
and clarify.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks. Because this would probably depend on some of the other moving features to core, right? Is
Yeah, that's
that what
the
you're
intention.
thinking? Okay. Okay, just a few left then. Logging alerts don't match the design. Okay, so there's been few comments between kind of the team. So I think this one's getting pretty close to being ready. Oh, right. So Nadia was going to update the description with the changes, and then it'll be ready for dev. But yeah, this is basically just updating updating it to match the design. The next one, this is a bug that we've seen around when you try to duplicate a dashboard, they get an error message. And it has to do with developer or what level of access you have. So, okay. And then the last one, empty state stretches the design, create a large white space. Okay. So another kind of front end UX issue. Okay. Okay. Does anyone have questions or thoughts about any of those? So I think the goal is to kind of make sure we have a better idea using the planning issue and this board. By the end of the week, we want to have a kind of a good sense of what we want to do for 12.9. I know it feels like we just kind of started 12.8, but the product and the planning cycle for the milestone is a couple weeks offset from the engineering. So that's why it feels like it's coming up pretty fast. All right, so then the next one, it's just kind of an announcement from Dove. So if you create new issues, it's kind of easier for Dove to not have them assigned to a milestone. We've seen this with past where, and I've done it too, where we create an issue and just put it in the current milestone or the next milestone or something. But for planning purposes, it would be easier if we just left it empty and then leave a comment for Dove for where you think the priority should be. So that's just kind of a public service announcement there. And then the last question was from Dove about removing the feature flag. So that happened today, right? This morning?
Yeah, it happened, I think, a couple of hours ago. And Adrian also created an issue to track the verification process. So it's all there.
Yeah, that's great. So that's super exciting. So thanks to everyone who's been working on that. It's pretty exciting that we got that out and got it out so fast. So it's good. Okay, so those are the issues Dove, or the agenda topics that Dove wanted to cover. What else do people have on that they would like to cover? Nothing. This could be a pretty short meeting. Okay. Well, I won't wait around. So this will be short and sweet today. So thanks everyone for attending, and talk to you next time. See ya.